السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وبعد. Absalam, you want to wait until after we're done? Jazakallah khair. So first of all, I would like to welcome the newest Hajj who just came back, Brother Ismail. Actually just came back today or yesterday? Couple of days, but until you recovered you showed up just today, right? Alhamdulillah. So welcome back from Hajj, alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you. Jazakallah khair. I don't know who else who came, we did not announce them, but make sure to let us know, inshallah ta'ala. Making sure that you guys all, inshallah ta'ala, alhamdulillah, in good health, inshallah, and good state of iman, bidnillah azza wa jal. الإمام النووي رحمه الله تعالى يقول باب تحريم النظر إلى المرأة الأجنبية لغير حاجة شرعية. Now, the last chapter we discussed was what, Ajahn, remember? Al-Riya, showing off, right? So Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah ta'ala is moving on right now in the book of the prohibited actions. This is now the chapter on the prohibition of gazing at women without any legal excuse. And he mentioned قول الله تبارك وتعالى قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze, means from looking at that what's forbidden for them. And also the ayah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the following ayah وَقُلْ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ. And also tell tell the believing women that they should also guard their gaze and their sight from looking at that which Allah made haram for them. He said also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says إِنَّ السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ وَالْفُؤَادَ كُلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ كَانَ عَنْهُ مَسْئُولًا. Verily the hearing and the sight and the heart of each of those ones will be questioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah will question you about the hearing, about the sight, and about the heart. And the hadith that is coming afterwards will explain how this ayah can be cited for the prohibition of a zina. How could this happen? It's speaking about looking and hearing and so on. وقال تعالى يعلم خائنة الأعين وما تخفي الصدور. Said that Allah Azza wa Jal knows the fraud of the eyes and all that the hearts and the chest conceal. وقال تعالى إن ربك لبالمرصاد. Verily your Lord is ever watchful over them. So what's the meaning of this ayah? The first one, he says قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم ويحفظوا فروجهم. A command came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to instruct the believing men and women to watch their sights and guard their eyes and their sight from looking at that which Allah made haram for them. So the command came to the men, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Tell the believing men that they lower their gaze in the presence of women who are not allowed for them to look at, or not looking at that which Allah made unlawful to them. And also applies to women. Again, Imam al-Nawawi in the chapter he says, إِلَّا لِحَاجَةٍ شَرْعِيَّةٍ. Unless there is a reason for that, unless there is an excuse for this. So like for example, like what? Dealing in a professional manner. Let's say you're buying from somebody from the opposite gender. So in this case, there'll be some sort of exchange of conversation, an exchange perhaps even of money versus products, or an exchange of files and so on. And sometimes might be actually an actual exchange of looks. So in this case, that should be fine in this scenario that we're dealing with. But just to sit there and look for the sake of looking, that will start kind of basically causing the person to fall into the haram. Afterwards, at least the thought that comes with that, and then the temptation and so on, that leads to the haram. So in this case, the beginning of that look should be forbidden. وقال تعالى إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا. The hearing, the sight, the heart, you shall be questioned about all of this. So how is this related to zina? Because many of the zina begins with what, ya Jama'ah? With the look. Just one look can cause damage. Even if you don't see, the zina can begin before even the look with what? With the hearing. Let's say you're minding your own business, and then suddenly you hear someone's voice behind your back. And that voice sounds like, fancy. Or you heard something that sounded fancy for you. So the person started fantasizing right now. If you don't block it and say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, you seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan, the shaitan can make that thought, it becomes an obsession, becomes a desire, and then you expect action to happen afterwards as well. So be careful, the hearing can be dangerous as well. Even if that hearing was something virtual, like on the internet. You might say, no, alhamdulillah, I'm not looking out, but what about the internet? You might be looking at something that might lead to something, because that might lead to something else, will eventually lead to the haram. And similarly to the hearing. You might hear something on the internet, a song, whatever that is there on the internet, and eventually start going from one clip to the other until you look into that which is explicitly haram. And also the heart. Because when you hear, when you see, the heart starts processing that. And if you don't block it by a'udhu billah min ash-shaytan ar-rajim, seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan, the heart starts desiring this. And when the heart desires something, and then it starts taking basically an action towards it. Eventually it starts having the desire for this, that start having the resolution for that, which means the determination, and then eventually start developing an action to fulfill that action which is haram. Whether it's again on the internet or in real life. So, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ وَمَا تُخْفِ الصُّدُورِ. That Allah Azza wa Jal, He knows خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ, the fraud of the eyes. What's the meaning of that? Ibn Abbas, he explained the meaning of this ayah. He said the meaning of this ayah is a person sitting in a gathering. A person sitting in a gathering. Something haram, let's say a sight that is haram for them to look at, pass by. He shows that he is lowering his gaze, but whenever he takes a moment or he can find a moment, he will just gaze at it. Let's say the TV screen. So you're sitting in a gathering in a restaurant, and there are so many restaurants out there that has screens, right? So you're eating, and you're just kind of minding your own business in a conversation. Suddenly there's on the background and behind you, or even whatever, you can see the reflection on the windows. You see some images that are not fancy images. You should be looking at them. But now as you converse with the people, every time you seek a moment of their distraction away from you, with your eye you try to have a look at that reflection or that screen. Because this is khanat al-a'yun. This is the fraud of the eye. وَمَا تُخْفِ الصُّدُورِ, and what the heart conceal. Allah knows that. And that's why He said, إِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَبِالْمِرْصَادِ. Let them know that their Lord is verily ever watching over them. Allah is watching over you. So even if you think that the people around you, they're not watching, Allah is watching. So don't fool yourself. يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ وَمَا تُخْفِ الصُّدُورِ. SubhanAllah, this ayah, it's very scary. It's very, very scary. Because we think we're clever. And we think that we are outsmarting the angels. They're watching our actions. No, you cannot. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Himself, subhanahu wa ta'ala, ever watchful over all of us. So you need to make sure that never ever put yourself in this position that you practice the fraud of the eye. May Allah Azza wa Jal purify your sight, Jama'ah. So inshallah, next time when we come back, we will discuss also more ahadith on the subject, bidnillahi Azza wa Jal. Any question? It's not even a weekend, Jama'ah. Where's the energy? So they're scared to ask the question, right? Khair inshallah ta'ala. We'll see. Tomorrow inshallah ta'ala. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.